What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. And today, another 24-25 season review. One that I did not think I would be doing before the conference finals hit. Well, I guess the conference finals are going on. But I did not think this team would not be in the conference finals. And that is the defending champion, Boston Celtics, who have now fallen. So I guess they're no longer the defending champion. And the Celtics had a rough end to the season. Obviously, the headlining story is Jayson Tatum rupturing his Achilles tendon in his right leg. And he will likely miss all of next season. I would be very surprised if he came back at all next season. This is an injury that you do not mess with. And the fact that he ruptured it it's going to take some time for him to get back and to be healed up. So I'm not sure where this team is going to be at next season. However, I don't think this is the end of the Celtics. I think they're very much so title contenders every single year that Jayson Tatum is on this team. Their payroll structure is going to have the majority of this team around by the time Jayson Tatum comes back. So there's not much to worry about. I think the only thing to worry about is he going to recover fully, which I do believe he will. I think he's young enough. He's only 27 years old. So if he were 32 or 33, that'd be a different story. I think it's a lot harder to make it back from an injury like this, or an ACL or a meniscus injury, when you're kind of over that 31, 32, 33-year-old, hump, if you will, right? So Jaylen Brown is under contract until 28, 29. Jayson Tatum is under contract until 29, 30, in which he has a $71 million player option in that year. So we'll see what happens when it comes around. He's probably going to opt out of that and sign a bigger contract, but he's under contract for a long time. Drew Holiday is under contract until 27-28, in which he has a player option for $37 million. I would imagine he'll probably take that. He's going to be quite older at that time. He's going to be like 37, I think. So Kristaps Porzingis, who was also a big piece of this team, he's under contract for next season, but will be a free agent thereafter. Derrick White under contract until 28-29. He has a $34.8 million player option. Al Horford will be a free agent. He's 38 years old. He may retire. Who knows? Payton Pritchard is under contract until 27-28. And then they have Baylor Shireman, who's on a rookie deal. They have Xavier Tillman, who is under contract for next season. Neemias Queta, he's under contract for the next couple of seasons, with 26 and 27 being a team option. Luke Kornet will be a free agent. He's a big piece of their team as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they re-sign him. And then they have, J.D. Davison, who is under contract for next season, as well as Jordan Walsh, who's under contract for next season. So they also have some draft picks. They have the 28th overall pick in the NBA draft, this upcoming draft, the 2025 NBA draft. And they also have the 32nd overall pick from the Washington Wizards. You're welcome, Celtics fans. I don't know why the Wizards are giving up our second-round picks, because that would have been nice to hold on to, but it is what it is. But I think if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm not panicking. It does suck that next season is going to be much harder. I don't think it's impossible for this team to advance far into the playoffs. I definitely think this is a playoff team next season, absolutely, even without Jayson Tatum. But it does make things a lot more difficult to win in the playoffs, right? Just for some context, Jayson Tatum, before he went down in the playoffs, he played 8 games in the playoffs for the Celtics. He led them in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. The only category he did not lead them in was blocks, which Al Horford, 1.3 blocks per game in the playoffs. So 28.1 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 5.4 assists, and 2.1 steals per game in 40.3 minutes a night. So people can say whatever they want about Jayson Tatum. This guy is legit. He's consistently an MVP candidate in my mind. I just don't think he gets the praise that he should because he has such a good team. He has Jaylen Brown, he has Derrick White, he has Kristaps Porzingis, he has Drew Holiday, Payton Pritchard, all these guys, right? And I think people take a lot away from him, right? But Shea, right? Shea is a great player as well, right? And he's constantly an MVP consideration, but he also has a great team. People don't understand that OKC is an amazing team, and Shea is the one leading that team, right? So I do think Jayson Tatum is getting not enough love for what he does. He's been in the conference finals numerous times in his career. Ever since he came into the league, has just been doing what he has to do. And I think a lot of that comes with, the Celtics are always, they have high expectations. So if the Celtics are not good, people judge you harshly, and when they are doing good, they assume that they should be doing good because the Celtics are supposed to be doing good, right? It's similar thing with the Lakers, these big franchises that basically are synonymous with the NBA as a whole. People always are going to view the top players as they should be doing good, right? They don't always get praise for it. So shout out Jayson Tatum, shout out Jaylen Brown. I think these guys really do know what they're doing. They're a good team and they have confidence when they play. I kind of assume though it's so difficult to win championships back to back, especially in this day and age, right? Like people don't credit the Heat and the Warriors enough for winning back-to-back championships, right? It is so hard to play from training camp, which is in late August, early September, to preseason in October, then starting the regular season at the end of October, playing the entire regular season all the way until mid-April, and then playing through the entire postseason until, call it mid-June, and then doing it all over again next year. That's like you're playing like 110 or 115 plus games if you count the preseason, the postseason, and the regular season, right? And obviously not every game is played by every single player on the team, right? Some games guys rest, some games guys are just injured, right? You never know. But you have to give a little bit of slack. And it's not impossible for a team to win one year, lose the next, and then win the year after that. It's very much a real situation, right? You need rest in a profession like this. And I think the Celtics, frankly, when you don't have enough rest and you are pushing yourself as hard as possible, that's usually when you get injured. So I think that's kind of what happened with Jayson Tatum. Prayers up. I hope he recovers fully. And I do think they're going to be back better than ever, not next year, but in, 26, 27. He'll be there, right? So I think the big question is, will Porzingis be there, right? Because Porzingis is under contract for next season. He had this whole illness thing, or like he was dealing with, post, I guess, related issues from the illness, and he was just not efficient or effective in the playoffs, right? Against the Knicks, he averaged 4.2 points per game. 3.7 rebounds. He shot 24% from the field, 22% from three. He only played 15 minutes a night. Played 6 games in the series. He played all 6. But just everyone is saying like they don't know what's going on with him. I think he's going to be fine. I think it's very similar to a situation like, I don't know if you guys played sports while you were growing up, but like if you ever are sick, right? Say you got the flu, and you go and play basketball after you aren't really feeling the body aches, but you're still kind of congested. It just kind of extends your illness, right? Your lungs have to recover. Your body has to recover fully. And sometimes you feel better than you actually are. So I think what happened is he had an illness, whatever virus it was or whatever sickness he had, and he's a professional basketball player. So he's working out. He's trying to get into game shape to play. And I don't think his body ever really fully recovered. So I think now that the season's over, he's going to rest up. He's going to get a nice, detox from the season. And I genuinely do believe he's going to be fine coming back next year. I don't think he's going to have a problem, right? He's 29 years old. It's not like he's some old man hobbling around, right? He is a tall dude. He's like 7'2" or 7'3". So I think those players with those types of bodies, they got to really work a lot harder to maintain them, because when you're that tall, it's just, I feel like you just have aches and pains a lot easier. It's harder to manage your body, and it's hard to take care of your body when you're that big. So I think he's going to be fine. I think it's just he ran into this issue at the wrong time, and it is what it is, right? But with Tatum going down, with Porzingis not really being healthy, it makes sense how this season came to a close. I think they were just pushing themselves too hard. And I really don't think it was complacency. Like, I don't think this team ever was like, oh, we're just going to win so we don't have to try. I don't think that was the case at all. I think the Magic gave them a good run in round one. And I think, against the Knicks, maybe, like in the first two games, they got a little complacent. They certainly got complacent, when they gave up those leads, right? I think they got up by 20. But I don't think the overall attitude throughout the season and the postseason was like, we're just so good, we can do whatever we want. Maybe that happened in round two, but I really didn't see it up until those Knicks games. And I think they kind of figured it out pretty quick, right? But at that point, it's like you lose the first two games at home, you're really digging yourself a hole, right? Especially against a team that's good, right? The Celtics were the 2 seed, and they did have a significant, lead in the standings in terms of wins over the Knicks, but the Knicks were still the 3rd seed. So you got to take them serious, right? And they have Karl Anthony Towns, they have Jalen Brunson, they have Josh Hart, they have Mikal Bridges, they have Mitchell Robinson, who's a defensive ace, in the paint. So there's a lot of different things that I think they should have considered, which I don't think they really did. But I have faith in Brad Stevens as the team president. I have faith in Joe Mazzulla as the head coach. I think they're going to be able to figure this out. I think it's just going to be a matter of time until they're healthy again. And next season is going to be interesting, because it's going to be Jaylen Brown leading that team. It's not going to be Jayson Tatum. It's going to be Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown only as the leader of the team until Tatum comes back. So I'm excited to see what happens. I think it's going to be a very interesting season. And again, prayers up for Jayson Tatum and Porzingis. I hope both of them recover fully. Hope they return as healthy as ever, and they get back to their former selves of being all-star level players. So let me know what you guys think about the Celtics. If you're a Celtics fan, let me know what you think about your team. What do you think about Tatum? What do you think about the rest of the squad? Leave some comments so we can talk. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. But that's all I got for today. I'm going to catch you guys later, man. Stay safe, stay up, stay blessed, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.